people! So back in 2007 or 8, if you spent €300 or dollars, something thereabout, on a laptop, you probably had a 10-inch netbook. And those were actually quite terrible. I know because I have one. Not here, but I did own one, and it was pretty slow, and the keyboard was kind of tiny, and the screen was tiny as well, and unusable for Windows. So quite quickly they were replaced by tablets. Now though, technology has advanced, and for $300 or euros, you can have a big thing now, 15.6 inches. And this model is an ASUS X553M, and the question is, how much of a notebook can you get for €300? The answer, well, it's surprising, but quite a bit, for sure. But let me just go through this very affordable laptop. It's got a white top with a textured plastic, so it doesn't attract any fingerprints. The bottom, there's pretty much nothing, apart from this slight, look at that, you cannot even see it. But there's a bridge for the cooling fan, and you know what, the bottom, there's some holes for speakers and some feet, which you can see here, which are actually quite nice feet, holds the table really well. And from top and bottom, that's pretty much it. The right side, well, it should be an optical drive here, but there's nothing in my SKU, and there's a Kensington lock, which I don't use. Apart from that, the left side holds all the I/O. I mean, it's pretty nice I/O. I mean, you have the power here, and there's this retractable Ethernet port, which is full size, which is, I mean, you need to have an Ethernet port. Come on, those who don't have it, like, I don't see this as a usable laptop. Then you've got VGA, HDMI, which is really nice again, and the USB 3 port, only one, and there's the card reader, and here is a USB 2 port and a microphone, headphone, like combo jack, the thing you found on phones, you know, 4-port connector, I think it's technically called. So there you go. A little annoying that the I/O is only on the left, so I mean you have to reroute mice around it, but minor complaint. Nothing though compared to, if you open it up, the display, which has two of the most annoying features ever. One, it's a TM panel, which means that to get the optimal view angle, you have to sort of angle it all around the place, you know, which is fine for a desktop, but it's not fine on a laptop which you carry around. And then when you do find that perfect angle, it's a glossy screen. That is the most annoying thing of them all, probably. I can live with TM panels, but glossy screens are like death. And they're just pure evil. And you know, but apart from that, the resolution is quite nice. It's like there's standard HD 1366 by 768, so it's not too high, but it's definitely usable. So the screen is like, it's okay, but it's, you know, you always have to add that yes, but it's cheap on the end of everything, every complaint, you know. Like this keyboard. You know, this keyboard is probably my favorite part. Tap on it, it's very good. But this trackpad is, look at that, doesn't even properly fit on. You know, something doesn't track perfectly, but then you go, yes, but it's cheap. You know, everything on this, you cannot replace the battery, which is, and for a laptop, I don't know. I don't find it acceptable on phones, but for laptops I'm like probably even worse, because you never know when Windows will like lock up. Even though they've been very stable in here, you know. And of course the specs, well, it has a Celeron N2840, and then again I have to go, yes, it's cheap. Okay, it's not meant for gaming performance or anything, you know, it's got the job done. You know, it runs Windows smoothly, and it also has 4 gigs of RAM. That is the key thing to making Windows smooth. Have at least 4 gigs of RAM, which means I can actually use it, you know, not open up Word and Excel and be like, oh no, it crashed. Because like, oh, it's slow, no, can't do anything. Now it's actually usable. Okay. Yes, you won't see anything on the screen if there's a bit of sunlight or if you position it a bit wrong, but the performance is there. Now, talking about gaming performance, well, it has an Intel HD graphics with no number after it. So it says Bay Trail M whatever version of the HD graphics, which is fine for like Minesweeper and playing League of Legends at like 40 FPS, I believe. Something like that, so like very low, but at least it's native res. It cannot handle like any other games though. Tried running like Need for Speed Underground 2 on like a widescreen hack, so native res, 1366 by 768. It struggled. Tried running Counter-Strike Global Offensive, struggled, so I have to put it down to 800 by 600 on like super extra low, like very low settings on, what is it? And I ran 30 FPS like average, so it was playable on that setting, but not more. So, what do I have to say about this laptop? Everything on this, like, yes, but it's cheap. This display, yeah, I didn't really like it that much. Okay, this trackpad, not really good. I like the keyboard. The keyboard is probably one of my favorite parts about this, and the battery life. The battery life, even on like, you know, intensely gaming, can last for like 3 hours or so, you know. And because it's so power efficient, power brick is tiny. Look at that. Like that's my hand, which is quite normal sized. They have anything to compare it to. Look, here is a SanDisk MP3 player. It's smaller than that. So yeah, it's on like 30 watts or something like that. I don't know, like 33 watts I believe on total power. So it's extremely power efficient, and it's also extremely quiet because the fan really doesn't need to ramp up to any extreme levels because it's a really low power chip. So yeah, I mean, sure, the display is terrible and like said all these things, but I will give it a passing score, mainly because yes, it is cheap and it works. So don't fear if you have to only have 300 euros or dollars, whatever, to spend on a laptop, and you get one of the cheaper models, something like that. Like I'm gonna say it. What is it again? An X553M from ASUS. You will not really be disappointed as much as you think you will be. So yeah, that's my final verdict. It's doable. It's not bad. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it all I have to say about it. So goodbye!